Hey, man.
Oh, hello, hello,
Good to
hello,
see you,
hello.
brother.
Nice to see you too.
Good to see you, man.
Today is the next chapter of my channel, Next Level Cyprus.
Right.
And I want to share about you, a little story about you.
Right.
I know you around 2 years. We met here in Cyprus
Yep.
with you and your perfect family.
Thank you.
Say hi to them, by
Absolutely.
the way, because they are not here.
Yeah.
I know that today is the last day of school for your daughter
Yes. Yes.
and your wife somewhere making the
Women stuff. Yeah.
women stuff. Yes. And I'm starting every chapter with every series with one. And the first question: how long are you here in Cyprus?
Yesterday was 3 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Yesterday exactly was
congratulations.
3 years when we moved to Cyprus. It's been an amazing experience.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Almost already 3 years.
Yes.
What was before?
Well, before it was Russia, of course, one of my favorite places. Yeah. I personally have lived in Russia for 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah, 13 years. So my
Mm.
second degree, I studied at the St. Petersburg Polytechnical University.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love that. I love that city, man.
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. Yeah.
Well, you know, in Russia there is two types of people who loves Moscow and who loves St. Petersburg. So you're a St. Pete.
Yes, actually, I was before I moved. I studied in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur. I lived there for approximately 2 years. I was contemplating between Moscow and St. Petersburg. I mean, Moscow is a vibrant city, very
Mhm.
dynamic when it comes to business wise. I was looking for something a little bit in between. Not very, very hype, but they have that cultural sense. And St. Petersburg was a perfect match for me. Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is no middle middle
Yeah.
situation between St. Peter or
Yeah,
Moscow
yeah,
because
yeah,
they are completely different.
yeah.
Okay, uh, 13 years in Russia. What was before? Malaysia?
Yeah, I lived in Malaysia. I studied medical science in Malaysia. I wanted to be a doctor, of course, but there things changed, and I
Mm-hmm.
decided to take that kind of approach, right? To move to Russia because I was very fascinated back then by Russia and Russians. You understand? Because you heard a lot of stuff from the media, and I was like, why is everyone so scared of Russia? What is it about? And I was very fascinating and at the same time very curious. And I remember when I told my brother, my family that I'm moving to Russia, they were like, "Are you crazy?" You get what I mean? But to be very honest with you, my first experience in Russia was great, positive. Like I told you what, I was in a train. I was moving since I arrived in
Mhm.
Moscow, and then I had to take the night train to St. Petersburg. And I was in this my kind of seat, and I have a couple of Russians coming with the chicken and the vodka and
That's
and the first time in my life to see cucumber in a can, that's closed, like a
really?
sealed one, and they don't even know me. You just say, "Hey, man, come over, come join us," and I was like, "No, I because I already read a little bit about Russia. That is, when they invite you like that, you don't have to say no because it could
Yes,
be,
it's
yeah,
impolite.
yeah, impolite, yeah, it's rude. So I said, okay, I will take a little chicken and a little bit of juice, and it was amazing. From that very moment moving forward, my experience in Russia for the last 13 years have been amazing.
Okay, you were born
I was born and raised in Nigeria.
in
Yes,
Nigeria,
yes,
so it's a completely different.
different. Yes,
It's
but we have the same similarities in terms of mentality. Like it's quite similar. I always say Russia is like a big brother to Nigeria because a lot of things look the same, feel the same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, uh, what's the completely different? We have the same mentality, but what is completely different between Nigeria and Russia?
So when it comes to maybe the difference that I could think of is Nigeria is quite diverse when it comes to ethnic groups, race, tribes. We have a lot of them. Like for
Mhm.
example, you have over 200 plus dialect, right? And and really, I can't even think of what's the difference. Really, yeah, like it's serious. I can't even think of the difference. Perhaps it will be the fact that um, um, Oh man, I can't think of anything right now, to be
So
honest.
so it's more more same than
It is, yeah. In so many ways, it is the same in terms of the government, the strategy, and all those things. You know, it looks and feel the same way.
both cultures and countries. They are
Of course, there are
growing.
different cultures, different, yeah,
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course, I understand. I
yeah.
mean the situation in countries. They both are growing.
Yes, yes.
The people ambitious there.
Yes, absolutely. When it comes to hardworking, very smart people, unfortunately, exactly, just like in Russia, you have a lot of smart people, but most of the time they use that intelligence for some crazy. It's the same thing in Nigeria. You have a lot of smart people, a lot, but most of the time we just use it for some stupid,
Mm.
right?
Okay, ambitious and hardworking. That's the two things that we don't have here in Cyprus, I think, because I know that a lot of Russians struggling about don't have ambitions here.
You're right.
They
Everything is
need
siga
more
siga,
energy. Yeah, everything
right?
siga siga. But sometimes I think maybe it's the reason for happiness,
Yes,
feeling
yes,
siga siga,
yes,
because
yes.
like yesterday my colleague on work, the Cypriot girl, she said, "You Russians, you will never satisfied." I said, "That's right. We are
We keep
always trying.
pushing.
Yeah, we keep pushing, and we are trying to move forward."
Yeah.
Okay, let's go forward because you have such a beautiful garden here and such a
Thank you.
beautiful
Thank you.
uh, house, and I think we need to see it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, so you're now here in Cyprus.
Correct.
What do you do for work?
Yeah, I work with Samsung. Samsung is a KYC full
Mm-hmm.
compliance suite provider.
Mm-hmm.
We have headquarters in London, and of course we have office here in Limassol.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vibrant company. I think in my first time in my career to be with a company for more than 4 years. I'm basically responsible for business development
Mm-hmm.
in western part of Africa. Yeah,
So you are using uh, your skills working with Africa in this company,
yeah,
and you're managing people, right? You
yeah.
have the team.
I wouldn't say I have a team because African market was something we started I think 2 years ago. Before then, I was mainly responsible for the Northern American markets and then I moved to APAC region.
Mm-hmm.
And so Africa for me is the first time in my over a decade career that I'm working for Africa, and it's the youngest department in the
Mm-hmm.
company. Right, so it's everything. Basically, I'm the only one kind of responsible for western part of Africa. Of course, I have like sales operations manager that are supporting the legal, the paperwork, and all of that. So African team is one of the youngest in the company, and the smallest, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or all of them are here, or they are. It's a
Eh,
remote.
Yes, Samsung is
Person.
a fully remote company, right? So we have colleagues all over the world, and for Africa mainly, I think I have one team member here in Lanaka, myself, and the rest of the team in Nigeria, in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I have of course supporting like sales operations department supporting us with a lot of things. They are also spread around. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
some of them are in Malta, in Serbia, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Sums up. It's who is owner? I mean, in terms of nationality,
Uh,
what is the corporate culture based on which culture?
So the founders, we call them the brothers, amazing guys. I think they one of the reasons why I've stayed with the company that long because they are fabulous,
Mm-hmm.
right? I say this to their face, I say it in behind them. They are fabulous. They are Russians and
Mm-hmm.
also I believe Jewish Russian, I would say, right? And the culture is basically very very free. Like you're free to so far as you bring in the results. So there's no kind of micromanaging all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So employees feel that have that freedom for the fact that of course you're working from home, so if you want to go to the office you can always go to the office depending on where you're
Mm-hmm.
located, right? So the culture is pretty convenient, kind of thing that helps you build up your personal life, work life balance and all of that. I enjoy it a lot.
But in most of Russian companies, you need to uh, deliver results at first.
Absolutely.
After that, you can build your personal life, have your a hybrid,
kind of lifestyle.
yeah, some kind of lifestyle or something. Do you have it in your company?
I mean, I was fortunate, when I joined the company 4 years ago. Back then the KPI wasn't that as crazy as it is today. I mean, time changed, right? But I was fortunate enough to have very strong results from the very beginning of my, let's say, the
Mm-hmm.
first quarter. Over exceeded it by X2, right? And after that, I mean, even from that very moment, even from my very starting with the company, it was always like this. Right. Of course, there are a lot of changes that have come in because the company has grown exponentially, right? Revenue-wise, team-wise,
Mm-hmm.
so over 1,000 people right now. So even with when we started as a small team, the culture was still there because I told you, the founders are amazing people, right? People that they can drink with. You don't even know that they are founder of the company. So the spirit has always been there, and that's again one of the reasons why I stayed because a lot of time you have that work with a company and
Mm-hmm.
the founders look at you like you're nobody, your opinions doesn't matter, so you just follow, and I don't like following. I like taking initiatives and on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What is the main secret working with the different and remote team members with a different culture, of course? What is your secret how to build strong connection with them?
I think you need to have interpersonal skills,
Mm-hmm.
right? Ability to communicate in different languages, not
Yeah.
literally directly, but to understand where the other person is coming from, kind of reasoning, logic behind his reasonings,
Mm-hmm.
and try to communicate, find that common language, right? Because we're all different, irrespective of wherever we come from the same country or not, we're completely different. Right. So I think interpersonal skills are very important here. Working in the space like Samsung, where you have a lot of people, from different diverse background, coming together. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
you always have those kind of moments, but the ability to work it out is very important.
So the main skill is to understand that everybody is different.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
And trying to find
Common
using
ground.
your
Yeah, yeah,
communication skills, trying to find
exactly,
the
exactly.
good connection. Okay, let's go back to your beautiful house here, and let's talk a little bit about your family. You have a wife and two kids,
Yes, yes,
as I know
yes.
very
I have,
well
I
now.
have, I have a Russian wife, man.
Yeah, Russian wife. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. She's a beautiful.
I was searching a lot, man. I found one.
You were such an lot. It's a good. Yeah, but, you have a plan. You
Yes.
have a plan to
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
with us.
Always have a plan.
Okay, so you have two kids.
Yes.
One girl, one
A
boy.
girl and a boy, yes.
Uh, what is their names?
Stephanie. Stephanie's 6 years old. She looks exactly like me. I work hard for that as well. And I have Richard Jr., who is 4 years old.
I think he looks more like your wife.
Yes, Richie. Yeah, Richie looks like more like my wife. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
Uh, do you love to play with them, to spend the time with
I
them?
try to. I have a very busy schedule, as you can imagine. But every now and then I try to spend some time with them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always an amazing, experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, one of my friends said the beautiful thing. When the kids grow in, when they small,
Mm-hmm.
they they are taking your energy because
Right.
you need to invest a lot of
Right.
energy and it's very hard to do it.
Right.
But at the one moment in their life, the things changing absolutely, and they started to give the energy when you're
Back.
spending
Mm-hmm.
the time with them. I think you're in two position now, uh, giving the energy with Stephanie, but taking the energy with Stephanie. Sorry, but giving to Richard or not?
I try, whenever I have the time to play with them, so I play with both of them. Of course, we play hide and seek, run around and stuff like that, turn on the drone, they go crazy about it. It's always a very important moment because I'm not just giving, I'm also taking that joy because they give back the same energy, right? It's the law of physics, right? So it's always a beautiful moment because, I see how they miss because most of the time with the mother and all of that. And I'm, always like I start from 6 a.m., sit behind, the computer and all of that. And whenever I have, like I said, whenever I have the possibility, free time, I spend it with them with overjoy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Just take my mind off work, take my the hustle and all of that, and just spend, even though it's gonna be like 20 minutes. At 20 minutes, I make sure that I give them maximum
Uh-huh.
attention. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's go inside
Right.
and see how the everything's settled in inside the house.
Sure. Sure. Let's go.
Richard, the first time I saw your home office,
Right.
I was uh, I was really surprised, and I realized that I want the same in my dream house because you have here everything that really involved in process man should have. Here's a snooker. Here's your perfect table with the computers and everything.
Right.
So I realized that I want the same. So I'm
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
quite invite you about having everything here. So we're inside the house. We're inside the place where your family is living.
Right.
And as we said, your wife is Russian.
Yes.
So can you tell me how to be the husband of the Russian wife? I mean, what's the difference? Maybe you find the things that you didn't expect, or something that you were really surprised, or something. Tell me more about your personal,
Opinion there.
yeah.
After living for more than a decade in Russia, the first thing that really, really got my attention were Russian women. I believe it's, if not the top tier women in the world, right? I mean, from all in terms of beauty, intelligence, support, hardworking. I mean, you guys have a full package in there, man.
All in one.
All in one. So for me, it was just a matter of time, and I said, why not? So it was really fascinating because again, I lived in Nigeria, I lived in Malaysia, and the third country that I lived in was Russia, and I saw really, really beauty in, especially when it has to do with Russian women, like I already mentioned, the qualities was quite attractive, and that's why I got myself one.
Cool. Um, I know that the Russian woman is quite, they love to manage. They rule in the family. They love to manage their husbands,
Right.
giving them goals, pushing them, and everything. You had the same?
No, I mean, I am a goal-oriented person in the first place, right? So I don't need any a person to tell me this is what you need to do for your life. As a matter of fact, when I was a boy playing with toys outside the streets, I already knew exactly what I wanted to do. I already knew what I want for my life. I already knew the kind of family that I want, right? So for me, my wife just supports me. She believes in me. She trusts in me. Right. So there wasn't any kind of pushing, hey, go, go, go. No, absolutely not. Because I always know what I want. And I have very high inspiration, very high aspiration, very high motivation. And I think sometimes she even tell me to slow down because
No, really?
yeah, she told me to slow down a little bit because maybe I push myself so hard. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So she's supporting you, and when you need to slow down,
Yes.
she's showing it
I would say it's a real good example of a man being a man and a woman being a woman. We all have our own parts to play, right? And I am the head of the family. She's the neck, but she controls everything. Wherever the neck goes to, that's where the head goes to,
Right.
right? But yeah, so we kind of fulfill each other. I have my weaknesses. She has
So you
hers.
have a perfect match.
I believe so. I believe so.
Okay, maybe next series we will ask her about this
Yeah,
match
why not?
and what does she think. We will check. We
Right.
will not show her this series and we'll ask her the same questions.
I'm sure it's gonna be the same answers.
Okay, let's check. So what about her family? Because anyway, you are people from different cultures.
Right.
I know the Russians not so hard to accept in the people from the different cultures, but they still have these concerns about inviting the people from different
Right,
cultures to
right.
their families. What about them?
Oh, I mean, they are absolutely amazing people. I remember our first time being introduced to the family. We went over for dinner, and after dinner, I remember the dad calling me to a separate room and saying, "Sit down."
Yeah. Oh,
And
absolutely.
he was like, "Hey, what are you here for?" I'm like, I love your daughter. He said, "Are you done playing around?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'm done playing around. I'm fucking serious right now."
I,
you know. So it's amazing. I mean, he's like a father to me. The mother's like a mother to me. They've been quite supportive, right? I mean, my wife often tells me that I have exact same character like the father, and I see it. And after a couple of years, I come to agree with her that we really look alike, like the father. He's really, really goal oriented person. He works really hard, built himself up from ground up, right? And I have the same, right? And yeah, so we really, really match in all aspects. I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, actually, making an interview, it's a normal situation for the Russian families.
Right.
It was fun. One of my colleague, she told me a story. Her daughter, she's uh, she's living now in Slovakia, as I remember, and she introduced her boyfriend to the parents,
Right.
and they have a Zoom call. They have a Zoom call, and they ask the same questions.
Right.
At first, they asked the same question: "Are you playing, or it's serious, or something?" And when her husband stopped asking the question, she said, "Okay, that's my part." She took the list of the questions, and 1 hour she interviewed him about
Wow.
his goals and everything. So we are taking it very serious.
I mean, it's important, as a father. I can imagine,
Yes, yes,
when my daughter grows up, a
yes,
random guy walking in or whatever, I would be concerned,
yes,
like, well, what the heck you
absolutely.
doing here?
Yeah, as a father, I know that I will decide
Yeah,
who
yeah,
who
yeah,
will be the person that she will meet when he grew up, of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Cool, nice. And what you will advise to the people who want to find a Russian wife? What should they think about before they will start it?
I think you need to take your time to really, first of all, figure out what exactly you want. Because for me, I knew exactly what I want. I knew exactly what I want to see in someone I want to build a family with, right? For me, it was a clear picture in my mind, a kind of imagination, because I practice that a lot in everything that I do, right? So I think it's better to really sit down and understand who exactly you want to have beside you, with you, because it's not easy, right? This union called marriage is not easy, right? So you need to really, really understand with whom you want to, work this out
You
together.
need to invest a lot
Yeah,
of
to
it.
invest your time and everything together, and have that honest conversation, right?
Hmm.
So you have to have, because when we started with my wife, we had a lot of conversations, right? What exactly we want, how we want it, what kind of family we want to build, right? On what principles we want to
Hmm.
build a family. So I think you should really, sit down and talk with whoever you want to build that with, and see if it really matches with your expectation. And also, sometimes it might not be 100%, but what is the willingness from your side or from your partner's side to make those changes,
Mhm.
right? Because again, you're coming into your two individual people,
Mhm.
so you have to be ready to sacrifice some stuff, right, that you were doing before, that you were used to, and understanding now it's not now about you alone, but another person and potentially another person, which are kids, right? So you have to understand what exactly you're ready to sacrifice. And again, one thing about men, we can only change for the woman we really, really love.
Mhm.
Right. If it's just about, anything, we will never change for a random person we're meeting. We only change for the one that we really, really want to be with. And yeah, so I think it's very, very important, first of all, to understand what you want and what are you ready to give in return.
And not only willingness to change, but also ability to change.
Ability to change, yes.
Because I know the people who don't want, they not don't want, they cannot change some things because some of the values, some of the thoughts are so strong inside of them, because it's very hard to change something
Right.
when
right.
you're some person.
Right.
Okay. And one more question. You have two kids.
Yep.
They're growing up. If we are talking about, for example, 4 places where you want your children will grow. For example, United States, Nigeria, Russia, Cyprus, maybe something else. Well, what place do you want your kids will grow?
So I want to be honest with you, right? The first place that I really was looking forward to my kids growing up was in the United States. The reason being is the opportunities, the diverse lifestyle, the culture, the diversity, the opportunities that comes with it. On the other hand, at this very age that they are right now, understanding the kind of education power that Russia has when it comes to high school, definitely would love them to be in Russia right now and go through that process, because the educational system in Russia, I believe it, I trust it, because I've had friends that come first to it. And then when it comes to higher education, like university level, definitely either the UK or the US. But we are here in Cyprus. I believe it's also a reason for it. So yeah.
Yeah, I heard a very good opinion about the Cyprus, because uh, it's a perfect place until the age of 12, for example, because you have a lot of fruits, you have a lot of sun, you have a lot of sea, and you have a lot of things you have a community, the same speaking community, so it's a perfect place to be here until the 12th. But after, you have to move forward and find the next step, next level where to go to be. Okay, perfect. So let's go and check. I saw the perfect pictures of your family
Right.
at the entrance, so let's go there and check.
All right, let's do it.
What is there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Richard, we are here with this beautiful place. I think here's the two main things in your life: your family
Yeah.
and your music.
Yes.
I
Two
know that
important
you're,
things.
yeah, I know that you're a fan of playing some instruments and spending the time with your family.
Yeah.
Okay, we just talk a little bit about the places where you want to be. Uh, let's talk a little bit about the next level. We are about the next level. What will be the next level for you?
Wow, it's a very good question, right? Because I have a lot of, I would not a lot, but very, very strict and concrete plans, what I would love to see happen. And I'm working day or night for that to happen. I love setting like high targets for myself. And for me, next level, of course, one of them is getting Cypriot citizenship, which I believe will be happening next year, right? The second will be to well, maybe have property here in Cyprus. For me, it's also why not? We have investment in Russia in terms of real estate. So it will be good to have some here. Now we are here. Cyprus is like, I don't know, third home for us because we have Russia, we have Nigeria. And thirdly will be career wise because I promised myself when I was a child that I do not see myself working for someone for all my life, right?
Mhm.
And my dad was a businessman; he owns his own business and stuff like that. So I got motivation or inspiration from there. And for me, it will be to see that dream come true one day. So
Mhm.
those are the key kind of primary targets for me to be considered as next level.
Mhm. Okay, nice. You already passed the Greek exams.
I've passed the A2 level, so now I'm pushing forward to B1.
Mhm.
I was supposed to be at the Greek lesson today, but yeah, I have to spend time with my brother here, man.
Yes, same from my side. I canceled my Greek lessons today. Was it hard? I mean, exams.
I mean, a lot of anxiety, right? You're not knowing what's gonna be, what's gonna happen, how it's gonna because again, you and I are working class people, and so you spend a lot of time at work, little dedication to actually practicing the Greek language and all of that. So for me, I believe the only time I actually dedicated time was pre-exams, right? I dedicated that 2 months,
Mhm.
and then I saw my skill level kind of increases a lot.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was, and then at the exams, it was pretty straightforward and smooth. I came out really, really satisfied. The speaking part was also pretty tough. I was shaking, but then, once you relax and let things flow, it kind of everything falls into places, and I came out also very, very satisfied.
Mm, cool. Do you have a speaking practice with somebody?
Unfortunately not. It's something that I really want to. Before the exam, the A2, I had one of my daughter's music teacher. So I was kind of having that conversation with her. Not a lot, 45 minutes in the morning. But I really want to have that because that's the only way you kind of increase your skills.
That's a good point. Having the conversation with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and last part of our meeting today. Please share 3 life hacks living in Cyprus here.
Um, First was cultural shock.
Ah,
We used to in Russia, everything is moving quite dynamic. Like life is kind of kicking.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
and then you come here, everything is like, hey man, slow down. So it was a cultural shock, but then adaptability comes into play. So you adapt. And I believe the ability to adapt to situations, to people, to different culture, like we discussed before, interpersonal skills, very important,
Mhm.
those soft skills. So that is number one. Number two is, lower your expectation a little bit. You know what I mean? Right? You got to lower your expect because it's completely different. country with different mindset. Everything is different here. The last but not least, have fun. Appreciate what you have right now. Because for the fact that you are here is still a reason, a strong reason behind it that you are here in this space and time in Cyprus. So you gotta enjoy it. It's very safety here. You might not have the kind of services that we're used to in Russia. I always share with my friends that even in the United States, you don't have the kind of services that we have in Russia. Like literally, this is a fact, right? So you just have to appreciate what you have right now, and for the fact that you're here, there's a reason for it.
Be happy here and now.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you for sharing with me all of this. Thank you for your time that you
Appreciate you, man.
that you.
We should have this kind of conversation more often, man.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure. Thanks again. I wish you and your family, your beautiful family,
Appreciate it.
all the goods. I congratulate that your daughter. She's finished year 1.
Yes, I'm
She's-
running to her right now.
You're running hard. Thanks again.
Thank you.
I'd love
Appreciate
to
you, man.
see you again.
Let's do it more often. Man.
Have a nice day. Thanks.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you, guys.